I think I would be a less than candid if I didn't say I was not being good to you, that I wasn't being loving to you, and I just wanted to call you and ask your forgiveness for whatever I might have done to you. Now, if you want to hear dead air on a telephone, do that. You have total silence, and then there's a little stutter, and they say, well, yeah, I guess so, or whatever, and that's the end of it.
Today, Gordon has severed all links with business and left the world of money far behind. He's now a qualified counselor and uses his new understanding to help others change their lives.
The after effects that Gordon Allen experienced are typical of a large number of near-death experiencers whose lives before the experience were not compatible with the values they learned afterwards. Some of the people that I've talked with have included like a policeman who found he couldn't kill people, couldn't shoot after his experience, and went on to become a high school teacher. Someone involved in organized crime who went on to become a counselor for delinquent children. These are not unusual stories to hear from near-death experiencers. And I think with someone like Gordon, who had such drive and such organizational skills, to see him use these now to help other people rather than just acquire more wealth is quite phenomenal.
The richness of the life that I have today is like the Sistine Chapel compared to a plain, drab little room somewhere. I mean, it's just, you can't put it in words, the richness of the life that I have today. Even though I live a very modest life, drive a very modest car, the richness that has been provided to me today. And this is not in any way social or economic or anything that we could measure by the standards that we normally measure things.
Whilst near-death experiences change lives, they've also given some individuals extraordinary experiences that they would never have dreamt of. The most intriguing examples are of blind people becoming sighted for the first time. Vicky Nuratuk had been blind from birth.
I've never seen anything, no light, no shadows, no nothing. A lot of people ask if I see black. No, I do not see black. I do not see anything at all. And in my dreams, I don't see any visual impressions. It's just taste, touch, sound, and smell, but no visual impressions of anything.
In her early 20s, Vicky was involved in a serious car accident.
The next thing I recall, I was in Harborview Medical Center and looking down at everything that was happening, and it was frightening because I'm not accustomed to see things visually because I'd never had before, and initially it was pretty scary. And then I finally recognized my wedding ring and my hair, and I thought, is this my body down there? And am I dead or what?
We can't bring her back. Get the crash truck.
They kept saying, we can't bring her back, we can't bring her back, and they were trying to frantically work on this thing that I discovered was my body, and I felt very detached from it. And sort of, so what? And I was thinking, what are these people getting so upset about? Then I thought, I'm out of here. I can't get these people to listen to me. And as soon as I thought that, I went up through the ceiling as if it were nothing. And it was wonderful to be out there and be free, not worry about bumping into anything. And I knew where I was going. And I heard this sound of wind chimes. It was the most incredible sound that I could describe. It was from the very lowest to the very highest tones. As I was approaching this area, there were trees and there were birds and quite a few people, but they were all like made out of light. and I could see, and it was incredible, really beautiful, and I was overwhelmed by that experience because I couldn't really imagine what light was like. It's still a very emotional thing when I talk about this because there was a point at which I could bring forth any knowledge I wanted to have. And it was like this place was where all knowledge was. And then I was sent back, and then I went back into my body, and it was excruciatingly painful and very heavy, and I remember feeling very sick.
Vicky's case suggests that her mind was working at a time when her brain was unable to supply her with such visual information, even if she could see. With some scientists questioning the idea that near-death experiences might be occurring when the brain has stopped functioning, the work by Dr. Pim van Lommel and Dr. Sam Parnier and Peter Fenwick may have huge implications for neuroscience.
If you look through science, what's amazing is that the things that any group of scientists often believe as being completely black and white, being completely correct, if you look 50 years later, most, if not all of them, have been changed. And I think with this subject as well, in the future, we'll find that actually mind may well be a separate scientific entity that can continue functioning when we've reached the end of life and when the brain has stopped working. That will have huge implications for all of mankind. There's no doubt about it. It will revolutionize our whole way of scientific thinking, and it will open up a whole new field of science which has as of yet been undiscovered.
If I was in a road accident, I would be quite happy to stay where I was now. My children have grown up. I've got no problems, no difficulties, certainly no fear of death. It's almost now as if I would actually welcome it.
I'm very thankful to have had this experience because it helped me in many aspects of my life, and it helped me to deal with things a lot more constructively than I might have otherwise.
I would die to have a near-death experience. Yes, that's a corny answer, I know, but it's true. Had I not had that near-death experience, I would have no interest in being here today.
I think death is an illusion. I think death is a really nasty, bad lie. I don't see any truth in the word death at all.